Salisbury, and welcome to the Nightly News. I'm Jennifer Siff, reporting to you from the station here in Centennial. We have a special story for you here tonight. Recently, our school president and vice president, Will De La Garza and Oliver Frontini, had an opportunity to sit down with our newly appointed head of school, Mr. Will Webb. Take a look as they get to know him a little bit better, and our hope here at the station is that you get to know Mr. Webb a little bit better too. Over to you, Will and Oliver.
Thank you, Ms. Siff. We're here with a very special guest, Mr. Webb, our new head of school for the upcoming school year. Super excited to have him.
Yeah, we've prepared some questions for Mr. Webb. We hope that you guys get to know him a bit better, and we just want to introduce him to our community. Welcome, Mr. Webb.
Welcome. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate it. It's great to be here with you. Thank you for taking the time tonight.
Absolutely.
We're going to start with some rapid fire here for you.
Yeah, we just got some quick questions we want to bang through.
One answer, just zip through them.
Yes, go.
Summer or winter?
It's quick. It's rapid.
These are hard already out of the gate. Really?
Oh, just wait. They get better.
Oh, come on. I'll have to go with winter.
All right. Sweet or salty?
Both. I mean, come on.
Country or classic rock?
I can't go both twice in a row, but I'll probably, if I have to choose one, I'm going to go country.
Red Sox or Yankees?
Red Sox. That's easy. Come on.
Go-to gas station snack. So one beverage and one snack.
One beverage is probably going to be a bottle of water. And my snack is probably going to be shelled pistachios in the bright green bag.
That's a good move.
Go-to pizza toppings?
All of them. Although I don't love olives, mixed in. I don't love green peppers, but other than that, all of it. Pizza's probably top 3 favorite foods.
Good to know. All right, favorite superhero and why?
Oh, I have to go with the Hulk. I'm a big fan of the Hulk because I think he's representative of a lot of the human beings in our world, and that he's deeply misunderstood, is deeply feeling, and every now and then, tries to do good in the world, but creates a little bit more damage than he should be doing on that side of things. So I'm a big fan of the Incredible Hulk.
Very good answer.
If you had to eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh, pizza.
Pizza.
That's a good call. All right, Dunkin's or Starbucks?
I don't drink coffee, but I'm gonna go to Starbucks. They have better non-coffee items.
Are you a orange juice guy in the morning or just water? Something to get you going?
I drink a very complicated mixture of liquid vitamins, lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, and a few other items to try and keep my body clean. It tastes horrible.
It's just like half a glass and just down the hatch.
It's you just go for it, man. You just got to do it.
Like quite the concoction.
Do what you got to do to keep the body right.
Exactly.
Last one in the rapid fire. We got Springsteen or Billy Joel?
Springsteen.
Russ gonna like.
One of my favorites, and actually Bruce Springsteen, small factoid, was discovered and signed to his first record deal by my godfather, a guy named John Hammond, who was an amazing guy, and I had the opportunity when I was a student in high school to actually see Springsteen live at the then Boston Garden, and it was one of the seminal live music experiences of my life. And it only happened because I happened to be in a hotel, and I saw this large group of people, and I saw this one guy at the desk talking, and I figured out who the people were by all of their T-shirts. And so I waited for him to finish, and I walked up to him and I said, "Excuse me, sir. I don't know if you recognize the name John Hammond, but he was my godfather, and it's great to have you all here in Boston." And I just started talking to him, and he said, "Look, you want to go to a concert?" And I said, "Sure do." And the next morning, I was invited to a random hotel room in the hotel, and I walked in, and he had tables of tickets, like just tables. And he said, "How about Friday night?" And I had to say, I have school on Saturday. Can we do Saturday night? And he said, school? What are you talking about? School on Saturday? And so we went to the Saturday night performance at the Madison Square Garden. It was amazing.
Wow,
That's a
that's
great
awesome.
story.
Yeah.
Well, moving on from the rapid fire, we're going to move into some longer answer questions here. We got, could you tell us a little bit more about yourself and your family?
Sure. I'm a native of Vermont, but I was actually born in New Haven, Connecticut. My dad was a then faculty member at the Yale Medical School. When I was in end of third grade, we moved up to Vermont, where my dad worked at the University of Vermont. And I consider myself a Vermonter through and through. My wife's a Vermonter. She was born and raised in Vermont, and both of us grew up in Shelburne, which is a small town south of Burlington. But interestingly, we didn't meet each other because she's 3 years younger than I until I was just about to go to graduate school. And she was living in San Francisco and I was moving to New York City, and we met and instantly connected. I fell in love, head over heels right away. And after my time at graduate school, I asked her to marry me, and the rest is history. We have a wonderful, beautiful 9-year-old daughter, Maggie, whom we welcomed during our time living and working in Oklahoma. And we both love the outdoors. We love just being out in nature, out in the elements. Sarah's a big, sustainability advocate, a big gardener, loves all natural, clothing creation and natural dyes, and she weaves, and she's a prolific baker, and just she's a Spanish teacher. She also works in our learning center. Maggie loves riding. She's a big equestrian, English riding, hunter jumper, as well as riding mountain bikes, and also volleyball and soccer. And our thing, we love to ski. We do a lot of skiing together, and Mags and I love riding our bikes together. So we love to be outside. We love to be active. We love to play sports.
All right, so we'll get to the next one. So what attracted you to Salisbury? What was the initial, Salisbury?
Well, first and foremost is the all boys component. And I started my career down the road at another boarding school and spent 4 years coaching varsity football, hockey, and lacrosse, and was on the losing end of many contests against Salisbury. And what always impressed me was the character and the class of the young men that were against whom we were competing on the field, and the coaches on the sidelines. So the community really is a big draw for us, and the quality of the individuals, the character of the students, the character of the faculty and all of the families, the graduates. I've never met a Salisbury graduate whom I did not really feel drawn to and greatly respect. So the reputation and the quality of the human beings is really what, for me, attracted me right away.
I know we talked about the sports briefly when we last spoke. Did you could you remind me what sports that was that you coached?
I coached football, hockey, and lacrosse. And growing up, I played soccer, football, hockey, lacrosse. I was a great role player, and served that space well. The older I got, the better I got, the more I played. I've been about 6'4", 200 pounds since I was in 8th grade, and so I was pretty clumsy for a long time. But I finally caught up with myself, and still to this day, I've remained really active and really engaged in athletic endeavors for my own health and well-being. But also, I love supporting them and love being a part of that, especially the school community.
What are some of your personal hobbies and interests?
Essentially, if it's active and it's outdoors, I'm gonna pursue it and really enjoy it. I like to move, and so I love riding bikes. I ride mountain bikes, I ride gravel bikes, I ride road bikes, I wear spandex. It's not a pretty sight, but helps me feel like I'm going faster anyway. I love to fish. I love to ski. I love to backpack. I love being with my family doing all of these endeavors. I love water. I love swimming in lakes and swimming holes and water skiing and just being out on the water is something I'm really looking forward to, being back in New England in a more lush environment in that respect. And I love spending time with my friends and with my family. I also exercise a lot so I can eat what I want to eat. I do love food. It's something I love to consume. And I love fresh, healthy food. I grew up on a farm. I believe in supporting local agriculture. I believe in knowing where your food comes from, and so all of those pieces are really really important to me. I love music. I love all kinds of music, whether it's Bach or Beethoven, the Grateful Dead, Snoop Dogg. You name it, I love it all. I really do, and I'm a bit of an audiophile when it comes to music, and love talking about that genre quite a bit.
Awesome. Well, my dad loves to fish. He took a trip to Alaska this past September, and he's headed out to Oregon on, I want to say Friday, to do a annual fishing trip with his brother. So.
Excellent. Alaska's on my bucket list. I've been to all but 2 of the United States and territories. I have not been to North Dakota, and I have not been to Alaska, and I am dying to actually to go to both, but I'm really dying to go to Alaska and explore it. My great-grandmother back in the 50s and 60s led 2 different expeditions into the backcountry of Alaska, and I have these unbelievable pictures and footage and actually trophies of her trip there. And so I've been dying to go ever since, and I learned about it, and one of these days I'll get there.
I was lucky enough, my dad actually took me on the same trip that I took this past September in my 8th grade year. So he took me on a week-long fishing trip in Alaska.
Nice.
It was to Anchorage, Alaska.
Yeah.
And it was the best fishing in the world.
I'm learning so much about you.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome. I definitely recommend it. They don't lie about the fishing there. It's unbelievable. So.
That's great. I love it.
What's your family's favorite holiday tradition?
I would say Thanksgiving is our favorite holiday, and the favorite tradition is that, Thanksgiving is a wonderful vehicle for consuming pie. As I mentioned, my wife is a prolific baker, and we often average 2 pies to every individual present at the Thanksgiving celebration. And of course we have the traditional, apple and pumpkin. My daughter loves pumpkin, but then we branch out and we have things like pear, ginger, and triple berry, and I mean all these kind of crazy pies, and it's a whole production for days leading up to Thanksgiving, and so pie is a really important part of our Thanksgiving focus. We also love it because obviously we connect with family, we eat too much, we watch football, and we get outside and run around, and it's just a wonderful holiday, and the consumption of pie is an important tradition.
Awesome. Love it.
Moving on to the 5th here, what are you most looking forward to when you arrive on the hilltop?
It's hard to pinpoint, one thing, right? But I'd say just being immersed amidst the community. Everything from, I'm so excited for the location of the headmaster's office, to be right there in that main corridor next to the dining hall, and a part of everything. I'm excited for Wednesdays and Saturdays, and leaving the office early to go watch games and to go travel to other schools to support the games. I'm excited to just walk through the woods with my dog and with my family. I'm excited to swim in the lake. I'm just excited to fully immerse myself in the community, and learn from each of you who are there, and to be able to pick up the phone and call both of you because you will have graduated and say, what the heck is this all about, and how do I not screw this up, and to lean on amazingly committed, tenured individuals like Mr. Wynn and Mr. Gilbert and others who have been there for so long and who've given so much to Salisbury, and for whom I already have the utmost respect and appreciation.
Awesome. Love that.
Great answer. Yeah. I think the being close to the dining hall, that's something I feel like this office, like you said, it's like a central spot on campus. You're near like all the melting pots.
Yes,
you know,
very
where the
very
community
connected to the
comes
community.
together.
Yeah, and I'm excited for that. And you'll learn. I'm always have a big bowl of chocolate in my office at all times, and it's there just to encourage folks, kids in particular, just to poke their head in, grab a chocolate, grab a handful. Say barely even have to say anything but hello to me, but it gets you in the office and interacting and connecting, and so I'm really excited for that.
Awesome. Love it. Great. So next question would be, if you could go back at any point in time and give yourself a piece of advice, when would that be and what would that advice be?
Ooh, I think it would apply to multiple times in my life, whether it be middle school, high school, college, or in my earlier professional years, which is just to take a deep breath and slow down. Practice the pause. There's no rush. And there's great value in being patient. There's great value in being patient. And the irony is that the same in our household is like, I want patience, I want it right now. Because, and I think you got to remember to slow down, and we got to practice the pause. And there's so much to be experienced and learned and enjoyed in life that it's okay to slow it down and slow yourself down and take it all in. And once you do, I think you'll be surprised all the things you learn from that and you benefit from that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like that's one of my biggest takeaways from senior year is kind of just how fast everything's gone by.
Oliver and I were talking, earlier about no one really tells you how hard your fall of your senior year is. You get through junior year like I'm good, but then the senior year comes and you've got everything plus your college apps. And so just taking a moment to just revel in that discomfort and be like, wow, this is nuts, but it's going to be okay.
Yeah, so question number 7, is there anything else you would like to share with our Salisbury community before we close it out?
I think I would just say that, again, it's an incredible honor and a privilege to be given the opportunity to serve Salisbury. Sarah and Maggie and I all feel that and understand that, and we are just so excited to be stewards of this great school and this great community, and to work with all of the wonderful, caring, and committed adults and alumni and friends of the school in full support and service to the boys. And we just couldn't be more excited about that. And it's hard to have to wait for this period of time to pass to get there and get it rolling, because we're really excited and we feel so honored to serve Salisbury and are excited for all that lies ahead in the weeks and the months and the years and the decades that we are going to be connected to the Salisbury community.
Mr. Webb, thank you so much for joining us. It was really nice to get to know you a bit better, and we hope that the boys got to know you a bit better as well.
Absolutely, yeah, Mr. Webb, thank you so much for your time. We're super excited to have you on the Hilltop soon.
Well, thank you both, Will and Oliver, for taking the time, and I look forward to doing this again with you sometime soon, and most importantly, to seeing you in person and coming to visit the Hilltop as soon as able. But have a wonderful finish to the fall term. Keep up the good work, and remember, one step at a time, one day at a time, and just take care of business, all right?
Sir, absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Back to you, Miss Sif.
Thanks, Will and Oliver, and thank you, Mr. Webb. It's great to get to know you just a little bit better. I speak for all of us here on the Hilltop when I say we can't wait until you're here with us in person next year. Well, that will do it for us here, our special broadcast of the Nightly News. From all of us here on the Hilltop, we wish you well, and it's a great day to be a knight.